Yo, so here we are. 21 days has been completed. Um, how do I feel? Great. I feel like I got my body back. I feel like I am in, people say, yeah, I'm in the best shape of my life. Not necessarily the best shape of my life. I still got some work to do when it comes down to cardio and endurance. But as far as like the way I feel physically, by far the best thing that I've done. Now I don't feel the intense brain fog and the bloatedness and the heaviness that I felt in my body. Um, my runs are easier. My workouts are easier. They feel easier because it feels like my body's fluid. There's not much aches and pains on my knees as I sprint up the stairs. I enjoy this feeling. I feel like my body is back to being what it used to be. And in the sense that I'm currently back at my training weight, the weight that I will be in training for when I was training 4 to 5 days a week. And now, fight mode weight would be 5 pounds from here. So for me, it's pretty dope in what I have accomplished in this fast. And I'm still here standing, recording this video to talk to you. So let's go over some numbers because I was tracking this through a scale that I have that is paired with an app called Vita Fit. All right, let's break it down. So over the 21 days, my weight dropped from 68.3 kilos down to 62 kilos. So that's about 6 kilos that I've lost over that 21 days, and that's mad fast. But my body says different. My body doesn't feel like I have shocked it into losing weight. Now, my BMI went from 22.8 to 20.7, which is still within a healthy range. Now, my body fat is where it gets more interesting. I started at 14%. I dropped down to 10.7, and then I finished at 11.4. So overall, I'm just very lean. The small increase, I can't say what that is, but very stable because it went from 14, and you could see in the chart where I'm going to pop on the video is that steep decline down. So now let's move on to my muscle mass. This actually went up. It went from 81.4 to 84.5, then it settled at 83.8. Now, I'm not saying I gained a bunch of muscles, but it was definitely heartwarming seeing that, because everybody was saying, even one of my relatives called me to be like, you're already small. What else is going to happen? You're going to be skin and bones. So my muscle is still there. Now, I will preface it by saying the scale is not completely accurate. It does send bioimpedance signal through my body, and then it just reads based on estimate. But overall, these numbers are not in any way, shape, or form what some people will make it seem like when you go on a fruit fast like this. For me, this is a win. Now, if you want to try it, by all means, for sure. But these numbers are perfectly satisfying to me, especially the muscle. To see that my muscle has not depleted in any sense of the word. So here we are, 21 days, nothing but fruits. For me, it's a success. For you watching, you can tell me if it inspires you to try something that you haven't tried. But for me, this whole idea of where'd you get your protein from doesn't necessarily make that much sense, in the sense of that I was still training and working out, and my numbers are still healthy. Now, maybe if I continued into 40 days worth of eating fruits, maybe it would be different. But for me, on this 21 day, my assumption will be the 40 days would be just the same. There won't be any difference. So I started off wanting to feel like myself. I wanted to feel clarity. I wanted to feel like my body was my own. And I can definitely say I feel that way now. Even much so that from here on out, I'm going to be more, not necessarily saying strict, but more conscious of how I eat and what I eat. I now just want fuel. I don't want to eat for the feeling. You know how we do that sometimes, where we eat because we feel sad, or we eat because we're celebrating. We eat because, there's some emotional attachment to what we're eating. So for me, this has been blessed. So if you ever want to try it and want somebody to bounce some ideas off, I'm here whenever I got time. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for keeping me accountable. Because these videos from YouTube to Instagram was a series of keeping me accountable in the actions that I took. And I appreciate all of the support, the words, even the funny jokes y'all make. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace, blessings, swadikap, salute. We out.